Is that where we are? Oh my god, it's football fantasy. Oh my god, it's football fantasy. I can hear myself.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Back at him.
We did it. 1 week down. 2 weeks down.
It's a fantasy channel that you've got to see. It's like a fantasy football fantasy. Like catching a football that came from me. Then opening it up. Look, there's nacho cheese. Fantasy.
Nacho cheese. Do I ever listen to the lyrics to this song?
I've never heard that part.
Ends in a waterfall. A shower that showers you with tiny footballs. It's a football fantasy.
All right, let's dial it down.
Dial it up.
Put it on the fader.
Fade in, fade out.
Fade in.
Me. Fade me,
Josh's
fam.
apartment. Black chair. Sitting in a beanie. Headphones on. Wary of the world.
Ready to die. Ready to die. You get a glimpse at what it's like when I get sick. I'm real cranky. I've been accused of being a real baby.
What?
Which I agree with. I'm a pretty big baby when I don't feel good. So if I run away, I'm just going to go puke or shit my pants. It could be either one, really, at this point.
Whoa.
It's a roulette. It's you roll the die. Always bet on Brown.
Fuck it. Do it live.
We'll do it live. I'll just fucking puke all over myself live on the internet.
Bring your mic with you, and then
okay.
I don't care if the camera's there. Just take the mic with you.
Can I just bring like my phone? Does the phone have Google on it? Can I do that?
Oh yeah, probably. What do you got? An iPhone?
iPhone.
They
got that right.
They got Googles.
We did it.
We did it. So welcome everybody to week 3 of Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Wednesday night. Week 3 officially starts tomorrow with the wonderful game.
Who is tomorrow?
Browns versus the New York Jets.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I've been waiting all year for this matchup. Woo!
Cleveland Browns breaking out a new kicker after failing to beat the New Orleans Saints.
I wouldn't want to be a kicker. I
wouldn't.
Oh, 1-1. There's been 2 ties.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Green Bay couldn't get it done.
Green Bay couldn't do it. Minnesota couldn't do it. Everyone's just tied. It's a tie. Everyone's tying.
Ties. I didn't even know there could be ties.
Don't even do that to me. I don't even want to think about that. I remember after that being like, all right, maybe he's not gonna be here a lot longer because that's dumb. How did you not know that? How did you not know that you play football professionally?
It makes no sense. But here we are.
Be ties.
It's 2018 and there's still ties, America.
There should not be ties. There just shouldn't be ties. They should go to
the Democrats.
Well, they're obstructionists, so that's what I hear.
You know? Fucking we need a red wave.
The red wave.
Knock out all the ties.
Knock them down. They should just go to a kickoff. They should do a kickoff at the end of the irregular overtime, like a shootout.
You know what they should do is like we used to do in Cyclone.
What was that?
Oh, they're in sudden death. So both teams would kick off, and then both teams have to return it, and whoever actually returns it
wins.
That's the winner.
They would never do that because they're so afraid of the kickoffs now.
They are. They're terrified.
They think the kickoffs are what makes concussions, which is crazy.
It's all the other parts of football.
It's the other parts. Yeah, it's literally the other parts that take up 98% of the time of football that's happening. But no, it's the kickoffs. That's what it is. We'll just get rid of them. We don't need that.
It's true.
It's just we'll just make football whatever the fuck we want. It's just whatever now. No hitting, no kickoffs, We'll have a tea party at the middle of the 45-yard line.
Don't look at the quarterback.
Don't even think about looking at him. Penalty.
Oh, you just thought about it.
Penalty.
On
15 yards.
Ejection.
$10,000 fine. Get out of my face.
Why do we like football? I don't know, but we're moving right along. Let's talk about the underappreciated, the most underappreciated person on a football team. Speaking of kickoffs, the kicker.
Let's talk about how, they don't know that kickers are having a rough time, man. I think they missed a kick. The Bucks missed a kick of extra point, right?
Yeah, the Eagles missed one. Jake Elliott, he was a little loose foot, not foot loose. He was a little loose foot in the preseason, and I was like, this better not carry over. And in game 1, he almost missed that extra point. Yeah, and in game 2, he did miss the field goal.
Yeah, I mean that game was terrible, and we said we were not going to talk about it. So,
but we're talking about kickers.
Yeah,
specifically, we're not going to talk about the game,
right?
Just generally, the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, is out of a job.
He was the Browns kicker.
Yeah,
because he missed like 85 kicks in a row, right?
Yeah. Did Minnesota also get rid of their?
Yes, they did.
They got rid of him, right?
Yeah, they got rid of him.
Dan Bailey's sitting at home.
And what's his name? Oh, he's there. He's in there. He's signed with them.
He's in there, but he's not. They signed somebody else too, didn't they? Like,
I don't know. I just saw that they had Bailey, and I was like, okay, because like the headline was like some like ridiculous like already stacked Vikings sign most accurate kicker, and I was like, all right, all right, Vikings, calm down. The Vikings.
Oh no, just I thought they brought Bailey and somebody else in as like.
I thought they brought in Beetle Bailey.
5 days of competition to all right. Who wants to be the kicker?
I thought they brought in a bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream.
Keep going.
I thought they brought in the Bailey, the building in London.
Jesus.
That thing could kick, I bet. That thing's big.
I could block a few kicks.
They could block a bunch of them.
But yeah, it was a weird, wild weekend. I know for a fact a lot of guys had those kickers in fantasy. Maybe not Zane Gonzalez, but definitely Carson was a guy that ended up being a factor in one of my fantasy leagues as not giving the person enough points.
That's phenomenal. That's why fantasy is so great. That's phenomenal. It's so shitty though.
Came down to the kicker, just like real life. Just what you want out of a fake game where we gamble.
So shitty. I would just be like, yeah, I'm never gonna play this again. I'm never gonna do this again. It's a good thing I destroyed Peanut Butter Gamer this week.
Did you destroy Peanut Butter Gamer?
Yeah, I was like 100 I got like 160 points. It was insane.
Woo, 160.
I'm like unfreaking stoppable.
You're 2-0.
I'm 2-0.
You scored the most points in the league.
I did.
You also have the least points against, though, so that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because that just means that the guys that you played terribly, so you might get snake bitten later.
Probably.
I got beat by Brutal Moose.
Yeah, his name is his team this year is Foot.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Who's Foot?" And then I saw it was him, and I was like, "Okay." And then I thought Mike was in the league again, but it's you.
It's just me.
I think that's what's cursing you. It's throwing you for a loop. It's that you're using the name.
Oh my god! What if that is what?
I think that's what it is. I think you're using his name, and he's like hexed you. He put a hex on you on your team.
No, this season is for Mike, so I got to keep my team name.
It's for Mike.
Say Dorfon football.
Do you think anybody else in our league got that joke?
I don't think anybody in our league understands literally anything else except streaming old Nintendo games.
It's funny. It's funny.
I also lost in my other league. And I was bumming me out. I was the highest scoring team last week and the lowest scoring team this week. I had 111 points, and I was the lowest scoring team.
That sucks. That sucks, man. I won in our fantasy league, our other league. I am 2-0 in that league too. I don't know. This good fortune cannot continue.
Oh, are you smoking in Mel's league?
Yeah, I'm smoking in Mel's. I'm just everybody.
Oh, shit.
I had Michael Thomas. Who else I have?
Oh yeah, Michael Thomas is like. I hope he keeps catching 25 balls a game.
That'd be great.
Just breaks all the records.
Oh, I had Mahomes, but I didn't start him. But I had Benji Roethlisberger, and
he did some points.
He scored a lot too, so I was okay. I'm not gonna start Roethlisberger this week though. He's not doing that again, especially when Antonio Brown is like, I don't need to go to work today. I don't need to be.
He doesn't though. He doesn't.
No, I mean he. If anyone doesn't, he doesn't. But I like how the Pittsburgh Steelers are collapsing. That's fun.
Oh, it's so good.
It's good to watch that.
1-1, same record as the Cleveland Browns.
They're gonna have to struggle for that wild card spot later in the year.
Oh god, it's gonna be between them and like Baltimore, and it's just gonna be
suck.
The awfulest thing to watch.
I fucking hate that division. Like that division sucks. Ravens, Steelers, Browns, and Cincy, like 2 Northern Ohio teams and basically 2 Pennsylvania teams. 2 shitty parts of Pennsylvania. Like, no thanks.
Yeah, it's the worst. But at least we got Carson Wentz coming back this week.
Are you excited?
I am, because I have him on my fantasy team.
I know you were storing him up.
I'm not quite certain he's gonna be great this week.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
Particularly because I don't know who he's gonna throw the fucking ball to.
Wendell Smallwood.
But I think now that he's back, we'll be all right. I didn't think Nick Foles was bad. I thought, Nick Foles could have probably played for another week, and I would have been okay with that.
I would have been okay with that too. Yeah,
but
the Colts, right? And the Colts are whatever. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm not afraid of Frank Reich. I'm not afraid of the Colts. They're not putting up very many points. But again, I don't want to talk about the game, but I will say I wonder if Nick Foles had won that game, if Carson Wentz would be starting this week.
I doubt it. I don't think. I think he would have. I think Foles would have started. I agree with that. I think that they're like, this offense needs something. We need to get some shit going here. It's feeling a little 2014 up in here right now.
It's feeling a little last year of Andy Reid.
It's feeling a little like, good God, like score some fucking points.
Yeah, they're playing like the Phillies.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we're going to do great. Home runs, big balls. We lose 9-8.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
Great fun.
Let's get out of this headspace. We're bringing the show down.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Shake it off.
Bring it up.
Move right along to listener questions, brought to you by LinkedIn. Build and manage your professional relationships online. LinkedIn, connecting the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful.
Look at that.
This week we got some great questions, and everybody used the hashtag #WhoNeedsKickers or drop them on the Discord. Little did I know, Who Needs Kickers was a very popular hashtag.
Was it?
Yes, for a number of years. So it was a little hard looking through all the
You gotta go back.
But we got a bunch of questions, and we're gonna hit up Johnny Chugs, TJ, hitting us up here with a big question, which is relevant for, I believe, a lot of people. Okay. Twofold here. With Mahomes making such a statement in Kansas City in the first 2 weeks, and given how Andy Reid has handled emerging talent in the past, is Kareem Hunt in a position where it's 50-50 or worse for him to actually get consistent action?
I wouldn't count on the Mahomes Andy Reid thing too much. Being an ex-Eagles coach, like we've seen Andy Reid, and this seems to be like what the Chiefs do every year. They come out looking like unbelievable Super Bowl contenders. Like last year, Alex Smith was like swinging the ball around like his dick was 10 feet long. Like I don't know. I think like as the season goes on, like he's gonna get better. right? Like, I don't think that Mahomes is gonna, as Mahomes like kind of levels back down to earth, I think you're gonna see the running game pick up more.
Yeah. Is this something I was kind of talking about on my own Twitter over the weekend too? Is just kind of like, because I have Kareem Hunt in one league, and he's just barely getting looked at,
right?
And it kind of hurts a little bit. And at first, you feel like Andy Reid has a it's not a stigma, but he has this weird zeitgeist around him where everybody thinks that all he does is pass. And while he is very pass heavy, when he was here in Philadelphia, we also had like the leading rushing offense. You know, in the NFC for a time. So he does like to run. I'm a little disappointed that Kareem Hunt's not getting looked at, but you know, Pat Mahomes is just doing so much. It's hard not to just be like, oh, fuck it, pass it.
Yeah. Throw the ball, score 5 touchdowns. Like, why? Yeah, you go with the hot hand, right?
Yeah. And I feel like too, last year, you know, Kareem Hunt got off to this amazing start, but he faded down the stretch because he was not used to an NFL workload.
Right.
And while it's kind of hurting fantasy teams now, and not so much the actual Kansas City Chiefs because they're blowing people away, but your fantasy production for Kareem Hunt is less now, but I think you're going to see that volume increase.
I agree.
Later in the year, for sure, because you know his carries are going to be slightly more managed. He's going to get in some action late, and they'll be able to make a better push, I think, at the end of the year.
I agree. I don't think that Mahomes is going to keep doing this stuff, and I think that they're going to have to run at some point. And like Kareem Hunt's really good, so he'll just like eventually score. Like it will happen.
All right. Following that, we just got a quick question from Jan, which here says, does Jordan Matthews returning affect anything in Philly? And I responded,
I mean, it might affect the sales of like Geno's. He might go to Geno's and get like a hoagie or like a cheesesteak.
If it affects anything at all, it'll just mean we have a reliable receiver. You know, even when he was here, he put up okay numbers.
Yeah, almost 1,000 yards every year, and I think like 8 touchdowns one year.
Let's not forget, like he was hurt most of last year.
Yeah,
he was released and picked up by the Patriots, who also released him, and the Patriots had nobody, and they were like, pass.
Yeah.
So we brought him back just because I think he's Carson Wentz's best friend, and
and they like to hang out.
Which
is fine.
So I mean, yeah, if he makes any impact at all, it'll be like slight over the next couple of weeks. I definitely don't expect any kind of anything this week at all.
Yeah, I don't even know if he's gonna be in there. Honestly, like
he'd have to be.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. I mean,
we don't have, the receivers are down to like Aguilar, Kamar Aiken.
Yeah.
And that's all I can name right now. I don't even remember the other guys.
The other guy is like number 19 or something. What is this? I don't even know. Yeah, it sucks, man. This fucking sucks. Mike Wallace. I gave him the kiss of death last week.
I guess so. You fucking put him in your lineup and he broke his fibula.
Break your leg, bitch.
All right. R.I.P. Mike Wallace. Right. Over on the Discord, we got another question here from KJ. Should I start Aguilar or Calvin Ridley this week? And then, so let's cover that first. It's a 3-part question here.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Should I start Aguilar or Calvin Ridley this week? I'm starting Aguilar.
Yeah, I would go Aguilar.
Ridley had one good game at home. He was barely targeted away.
Yeah.
And Aguilar, as you know, we'll discuss a little bit later, is in the top 10 in targets. He's gotten 8 receptions in each of the first 2 games.
Yeah.
He's pretty much the only person Nick Foles threw the ball to.
Yep.
And I think his synchronicity with Carson Wentz is going to be there. And I think he's going to be at least another 5 to 8 catches this week, 80 yards, possibly a touchdown.
What an unbelievable thing that is to say about Nelson freaking Aguilar.
He had one bad year.
Yeah, I guess you can't really count his rookie year, right?
Right. You know, and even in his rookie year, he did okay.
Yeah, he was fine. He
like when
for
the first year he got put in the spotlight, it was like, oh god. But Matt Ryan still has too many other guys he throws the ball to over Calvin Ridley, so I would start Aguilar.
Just pick Aguilar because like he's the only wide receiver on the Eagles right now.
It's true. All right, part 2 is when Devonta Freeman or Leonard Fournette get healthy, I won't have enough space for an extra running back. Who do I get rid of? C.J. Anderson, Bilal Powell, or Alfred Morris?
Alfred Morris.
Oh, I would get rid of C.J. Anderson.
Where is he?
Exactly.
Is he on Baltimore now?
But Bilal Powell is active in at least the passing game. And Alfred Morris, despite the fact that Matt Breida got all the points in fantasy last week, Alfred Morris is still leading the team in carries. And Kyle Shanahan loves him.
Yeah. C.J. Anderson's on Carolina. All right. I wouldn't have got that right in a million years.
No, Jesus. Yeah, good luck with that kid.
Yeah, get rid of C.J. Anderson. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think there's better upside for Bilal Powell for sure, and Alfred Morris is volumetric. C.J. Anderson, he's going to get sniped on everything by Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Plus McCaffrey's out there, so.
Yep.
All right, Banjo hits us up. Do you have any players that you try to draft every year? I've drafted Robbie Gould for like 10 straight years. And before him, I always took Jason Elam.
Okay. Wow. Jason. Wow. You've been playing fantasy a long time.
Yeah,
Jason Elam.
Man, that's tough.
We talked about it. I always wind up getting Ben Roethlisberger. I don't try to get him. He just it's like herpes, and like I can't get rid of him. Like he just winds up, even like if I don't draft him, like in any given year, I will have him at some point because somebody will get hurt, and I'll be like, Ben Roethlisberger is better than nothing. But I don't know. Like I don't try to draft like people that I like, mainly because I haven't been going to the drafts.
Heyo.
But also I don't know. I feel like that's like a way to kind of not win. Because then you get attached to them, and then you don't want them to get hurt, and if they get hurt, you're more likely not to drop them. So I kind of try to objectify them more.
That's fair. For a while, I would always draft Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
He was just, but not as he was old reliable.
Yeah.
I was just I got whoever, and then Carson Palmer's still on the board. Give me Carson Palmer. Love that dude.
Yeah.
That's what would always happen with me.
I'll try to get the Eagles defense every now and then because I know it's good. And you can't go. It's just defense, right? You're not. Defenses are a little more liquid. They can be kind of bad, but also next week they could just destroy somebody. You know what I mean? They're a little more forgiving in that way. So, but I try not to get players I got Todd Gurley though, and I might always try to get Todd Gurley because that's some sweet points, man. Oh boy,
Todd Gurley is really good.
Yeah, he should stop. He should stop being good. I mean, not for my team, but because I want them to lose.
Yes.
I mean, he can score 4 touchdowns as long as they lose. I don't care.
That's what I like about fantasy football. It's score all the points as long as we score the more.
Yeah, get more. Get me more.
All right, Mel's got 2 questions for us. One, what the hell happened to Kamara this last week? I mean, here's the thing about the Cleveland defense. They're really good.
Yeah, they got 1,000 number 1 picks on that defense. How many number 1 picks are on that defense? 5?
They have a bunch of guys on there, but Denzel Ward is an incredible rookie corner.
That dude
he's bonkers.
Good choice. Way to go, Cleveland. You did something. That's amazing.
And they got him after they drafted Baker Mayfield, which is how did you let that happen, NFL?
They didn't think he was.
No. And they got Myles Garrett. They have Christian Kirksey is real nice. Jamie Collins, after being let go from the Patriots, has still been steady. He's slowed down, but he still hits hard. That defense plays hard.
Yeah.
And you saw it. Like New Orleans couldn't score. You saw it in the Pittsburgh game. Pittsburgh couldn't score.
Right.
And it was just that grindy kind of game. Now, the other thing is Kamara was not going to put up 50 points every week.
Right.
You know, it's very rare that you're going to get 100 yards receiving and a touchdown and 50 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Like that's like not like a thing.
Like a career game. That's like, remember that time I had that crazy game? Like that's what kind of game that is.
Yeah.
That's like Tecmo's Super Bowl game right there.
Yes, exactly.
Like it's not going to happen too much.
Right. So I think he's going to be fine. Don't worry about Kamara. He's going to come back.
Yeah,
he still put up like 15 points, which is fine.
That's totally fine.
You know, 15 points in a losing effort.
Right.
Well, I mean, they won the game, but like it felt like a losing effort because you expect New Orleans to put up more than like 10 points a game.
Yeah.
And then Mel's second question, should I consider Corey Clement for my flex over Demaryius Thomas? Now, that's an interesting question.
That's a really good one, man.
Because I have Demaryius Thomas in one of my leagues, and he had a great week 1, so I put him in week 2, and he had a terrible week 2.
He won the Amari Cooper week 2 award.
Yeah. I think Keenum really likes Emmanuel Sanders a lot more.
Yeah.
And I believe Clement will have a nice week this week.
Yeah, I feel like the Eagles running backs are going to have a good week. I don't know why. I maybe just because the receivers are not looking so hot that the backs need to carry a little more. But yeah, I really like Corey Clement. He's always good. Like, man, like when he touches the ball, it's just like, oh, he's good. Like you can just see it. It's that thing that they talk about when you're like, oh no, that guy's good. Like he's a really good player.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like I really like him, so I don't know. I would put him in.
I like him a lot too. And everybody's always talking about. When I say everybody, I'm of course referring to Philadelphia Sports Talk Radio.
Yes.
Everybody's always talking about how Corey Clement isn't your 25 touches a game stud, and he's not this. It's like no Eagles running back since Ryan Westbrook has been. Guy. They rotate in. So if you give him 12. You give Wendell Smallwood 10, you give Josh Adams 5, like they combine as one
entity.
Running back.
That's the way it goes now. And that's the way it's been in Philly for since I don't know, Ricky Waters. Like when's the last time the Eagles had maybe Deuce Staley, I guess.
I mean, in the Deuce era, but I mean Westbrook after Deuce was done, Westbrook was the guy.
he was the guy.
You know, we had like Dorsey Levens and he did nothing.
Dorsey freaking Levens.
Remember that?
Holy fuck. That's a name I haven't heard in quite some time. Holy shit. Dorsey Levens.
And is that it? That's it. Nobody emailed us.
Oh.
Very disappointing. We've got one email this year. That's it.
No, well, come on, guys. Well, we got Discord now, so.
So those were listener questions brought to you by LinkedIn. Remember, you can build and manage your professional relationships online. LinkedIn, connecting the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. And after listener questions, we jump right into the best segment of the week. It's the Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra. 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra refreshment.
Oh, listen to that.
That's so good. Here we go.
That's great sound.
Boom.
Look at it.
It's ripping in here. It's nice and
condensation-y. Oh my God.
And our Monster Game of the Week belongs to the one and only big swinging dick, Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes is my home. Mahomesy.
326 yards, 6 touchdowns, 10 total touchdowns, no picks in 2 weeks.
Oh, boy. I think I said that I didn't think he was going to be good, and I guess that means that I'm wrong.
It certainly does.
Yeah, I don't... Is he Deshaun Watson now? Is he this year's Deshaun Watson?
No, this year's Deshaun Watson is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That's true. Fucking Oh my God, 42-year-old Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So right now, if you go by ESPN standard scoring for the first 2 weeks, Ryan Fitzpatrick has 72.3 points and Pat Mahomes has 67.2.
Okay.
I think by the end of this season,
Mahomes will have more than
Mahomes is definitely going to have more points. But not only is he going to have more points, I think Mahomes has a legitimate chance to finish as a top 3 quarterback this year. Just because that's just it feels like that kind of year for him,
right?
You know,
that'd be interesting. Andy Reid, that would be crazy. Okay? Here's a good question. I have a listener question.
Yes,
let's go back to the listener question segment. Does that make Andy Reid does that make his career better? Do you look at Andy Reid then and say okay, that guy knew how to get people to play well?
I think he's, in my opinion, Andy Reid is already on his way to a Hall of Fame coaching career.
You think
so? Particularly just from this era,
right? That's true. Yeah,
he's been consistently good. The bad year he had with the Eagles, he had one bad year at the end with the Eagles, but ever since he's been in Kansas City, they've been
pretty good,
tearing it up. And even when he was here in Philadelphia, we had
the years
2 or 3 lean years, and then everything in between was go 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 go.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy though. It's crazy that we all. I mean, I'm gonna count me in this, but people were why are you getting rid of Alex Smith, right? And then you see this, and you're like, oh, I get it. I get it. I get why you got rid of Alex Smith.
Yeah. And Alex Smith isn't doing too bad. I mean, wherever he goes, he's not going to do too bad.
Right,
but
he's fine.
He just could not carry that team over the hump. He was not an electric playmaker, and Mahomes has that.
Yeah.
But I think he will obviously, Andy Reid considers himself a QB, guru guy. A lot of those guys that came out of the Green Bay.
That were handled Favre, all those dudes, yeah.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yes.
Does he come back to coach the Eagles?
I hope not.
As a quarterback coach?
I fucking hope not. He had his time here. It's over.
Andy.
That's that.
Can never go home again.
Is that. Goodbye, Andy. You had a good run. Now you're Kansas City's problem. Enjoy all your spaghetti with chili sauce on it.
Is that what they do?
No, or is that Cincinnati?
I don't know.
TJ will correct me on Twitter later, I'm sure.
All that shit past Pittsburgh is the same to me. I don't know what it's all that flyover shit. I don't know.
Anything west of Philadelphia is flyover country.
Whatever. They do whatever they do. Sheets, they go to Sheets. I don't fucking know.
Sheets ain't bad.
It's no Wawa though. I don't like to be like that, but I
know it's no Wawa, but Sheets ain't bad.
Is all right. I think my problem with Sheets is that they're all different. They're weird. They all have their own weird
That's true.
They're all not as I want to go to Wawa. I want to go to fucking Wawa. You know what I mean?
Like Wawa went through this whole thing where they redid all their stores to have the same vibe. But Sheets was just I don't care. Put a fucking menu thing in the corner.
Yeah, that's where you get the food.
The oven's in the middle.
Sure. Here's a pickled sausage that Mike's gonna eat and puke.
You need a copy of Cherry. Here it is.
Cherry. Where do you keep the magazines with muscle cars on them?
Muscle cars. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for when I go to Sheets. Muscle cars. I'm definitely not looking for copies of We or
We
Barely Legal.
Barely Legal. Oh God!
They still make those.
It's a site.
I know, but do they still make them? I know Hustler and Penthouse are still a thing.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they must, right? There's got to be somebody who's buying Barely Legal. I'll ask around.
Ask your sources.
Wink. Double wink.
Pat Mahomes, Monster Game of the Week, brought to you by Monster Ultra, 0 calories, 0 sugar, ultra refreshment. Remember, right now, Monster is 2 for $4 at participating Wawas.
What? That's pretty sweet. 2 for $4. Delicious.
Yeah, it's very good. All right, that brings us to another of our favorite segments. Fantastic free agents and where to find them. Brought to you by Warner Brothers. Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald, coming November 16th from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Warner Brothers Pictures.
What are we going to do when that movie comes out?
Well, it'll still be our sponsor as long as it's in theaters.
Okay.
I hope. I don't know. What I got to see when the contract is up.
We're really pushing it. I mean, you better go see it, guys.
Let's see here. So we got a couple quarterbacks, a couple running backs, a couple wide receivers, a couple tight ends. Starting things off with Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's 2 consecutive weeks. Is he a fluke? I don't think so.
I don't think so. That was a good a Grandmaster impression. It's like a good Jeff Goldblum from Ragnarok. I don't think so.
Probably gonna keep the job even when Jameis Winston comes back.
Yeah, he definitely is. I don't even know if Jameis Winston's even gonna be on that team after this year, man.
I heard he's getting ready for the XFL.
I mean, that's cool.
No, that's a dirty rumor I started. Hopefully Ian Rappaport picks it up and reports that is true. If by some reason he is still available in your league, pick him up. You need a backup quarterback eventually.
Right.
And he's probably a good starter for you. He's put up approximately 36 points a game, which is the most by a quarterback in the NFL so far.
I mean, I think we all knew that Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to do that this year. I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah.
52-year-old Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Harvard graduate.
Round 7. Drafted in round 7.
Is he the most famous Harvard graduate?
No, like football player or like
football, yes, but I meant in life.
There's so many fucking Harvard. Natalie Portman.
He went to Harvard?
Yeah. Rivers Cuomo from Weezer. Tom Morello.
Rivers Cuomo is not as famous as Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Tom Morello from
not as famous as Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I think he is. I think he's more famous than Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tom Morello definitely is. From Rage Against the Machine? Yeah. I mean, not to mention like all the scientists.
Maybe we were positive. Yeah, but I'm not talking about like
prestige. You're talking about like
I'm talking about fame.
Natalie Portman is probably the most famous. She's the most famous.
But I didn't even know she went to Harvard.
I did.
Damn.
I knew that.
All right. Well, all right. 50-50. All right. Also out there, hey, can you believe it? Joe Flacco might be good again.
I hope so, I guess.
Joe Flacco, another quarterback free agent, 2 solid weeks. He's already been playing better than he has the last few years. He's not going to put up, Pat Mahomes numbers.
Or Ryan Fitzpatrick numbers.
If you got a guy, you need a bye week fill in. I think Joe Flacco is a pretty nice piece of meat.
Yeah, he's looking good as a 2, right? Like he's a really good backup for you. Who knew Joe Flacco was going to be kind of okay again?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Baltimore did when they signed him to a 40-year contract.
he'll be quarterbacking well into 2060.
I'm sorry. Jadzik is in here saying that both musicians are way more well-known than a football QB.
I would say that Rivers probably isn't as like I could see that, but I definitely think Tom Morello is way more famous than Patrick.
If we were doing this question when Ryan Fitzpatrick first came into the league, I would say yes. Yeah, because Rage Against the Machine was still probably relevant.
Right. I see. You're taking into account like age, like people.
I just think you go out on the street like, oh, would you know
Tom Morello.
Rivers Cuomo? And they'd be like, is he a politician?
Yeah, they wouldn't know who Rivers is.
Yeah,
but they would. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, look at a list. Let's look at a list. Famous Harvard graduates.
All right, I'm gonna look it up too.
Mark Zuckerberg, is he famous?
No, he didn't actually graduate.
Barack Obama. Did he? Oh, Conan went to Harvard. Yeah, it might be.
All
Conan.
right, Conan's more famous.
Yeah, it's got to be Conan. John F. Kennedy.
I mean, obviously, Barack is more famous.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin. He went to Harvard. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Hillary Duff went to Harvard. What?
No,
I don't buy that shit for once. I thought I would know.
Are you reading this Times of India article?
No, am I?
Barack, Al Gore, Ben Bernanke. Who the? The chairman of the Federal Reserve. I definitely could have named him on the $5 bill.
Jim Cramer, the Mad Money guy.
Oh, Dean Norris. Okay, I know that guy.
Michael Crichton went to Harvard.
But if you want to see, here's the thing about most of these guys.
Oh, look, here's Rivers Cuomo right here.
If you would have said, hey, do you know Dean Norris, the guy from Breaking Bad? What college did he go to? I'd be like, the fuck do I know?
But the only reason you know that Fitzpatrick went to Harvard is because in football, that's an important thing to know.
They bring it up constantly.
Yeah. Because how could he possibly play football? He went to Harvard.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know. How could anyone do anything?
Matt Damon only went to Harvard in a movie.
That's a movie. That's bullshit. I don't buy that shit. Fuck you, Matt Damon.
Do more people know Weezer and Rage Against the Machine than the Cleveland Browns?
No. Maybe Rage Against the Machine. I don't know. I feel like Rage Against the Machine is still pretty famous. Man, I don't even like them all that much, but I feel like they're like really. I don't know. I mean, we did go to high school when they were like king, so maybe I'm taking that into account.
Like I was, when that was like the shit. I think more people know Tom Morello now from Audio Slave from Rage Against the Machine, from those random times he shows up and plays with Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He does do that. I forgot about that.
Moving right along. The running backs we're looking at this week.
Oh, yeah.
This guy kind of pisses me off because I went hard on Royce Freeman this year.
Never go hard on Royce Freeman.
Philip Lindsay, if he's still available in your league, he's definitely got some flex RB3 promise. Scored touchdowns back-to-back games. Has put up more impressive numbers than Freeman, but Freeman is still technically getting more carries.
Yep.
Is that going to keep up? Is Lindsay going to take over? I don't know. It's early in the season. Both guys, undrafted guy, and Freeman is this, is that. It's right. The Broncos are committed to Freeman. John Elway loves him, but Phil Lindsay gets in there and scores touchdowns, so it's hard not to give him the ball. Pick him up.
Did he go to Harvard?
Elsewhere, we got Javorius, a.k.a. Buck, a.k.a. Allen.
Buck Allen. Javorius. I didn't know that was his name. Javorius. What a name. That's a great.
Back-to-back weeks with a touchdown. Back-to-back weeks with at least 5 catches. And Alex Collins is still the guy everybody drafted and the guy Baltimore hands the ball off to more.
Yeah.
But it seems like every time they get inside the 20, it's Buck Allen time.
Buck Allen. My name's Buck, and I like to fucking score touchdowns.
He's definitely got some upside, that guy.
Oh, I like this next one.
This next one. You like this next one?
Hell yeah. The next one after that.
Keelan Cole.
I don't like that. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Keelan Cole
is apparently the heir apparent to Allen Robinson in Jacksonville.
Oh. What about Day Westbrook? Are they I thought they liked
Westbrook is good and fast, but I would say he's more the Deshaun Jackson.
He's the take the top off guy.
He's the take the top off speedy guy. Keelan Cole is their guy. He had a great game against the Patriots this last week. Made some incredible catches. If he's still available in your league, just go pick him up. He's a guy that is gonna. He could be a wide receiver too, and he definitely has that kind of upside. And of course, if by some chance the rest of your league is morons and nobody picked up Nelson Aguilar, Get him. Go get him right now. Stop listening to this show. Go pick up Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, he's. I don't know. I feel like Aguilar is going to have a good year. Like I think he had a really good year last year, but I think he's going to have another one. I don't know. I just feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, I only play in a 10. I play in a 10-team league, and then I play in that 8-team league we have with the YouTubers. Nelson Aguilar is still available there, I think. But
no, sub for sub got him.
Oh, sub for sub. That fucking guy.
I love that.
But yeah, if you're in a short league and like you probably weren't drafting Nelson Aguilar in the smaller league because there were more prolific guys that you could get, and he's probably available. But he's top 10 most targeted receiver. 22 targets after 2 weeks, 16 catches on those 22 targets, 2 touchdowns, multiple yardage over the yards.
Multiple yardage. What were his yards?
I think he's had 80 yards in each game.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it feels like he's gonna. I don't know. It feels like he's gonna. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx him.
I don't want to jinx him either. Look, we all know who Nick Foles is.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz is back. So the playmaking chances automatically increase. Yes. They increase. At tight end, we told you about this guy before. We're going to tell you about him again. Will Dissly.
Don't be dissing my Will Dissly.
2 touchdowns, 2 games.
Oh, what?
Yes, Monday night's touchdown was super garbage time. But that don't matter in fantasy.
No, it does not. Does not matter.
He is 3rd on the team in targets. Somehow Brandon Marshall is leading the Seattle Seahawks in targets
with 12.
With 12. I mean, that's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
Brandon because
Marshall is on the Seahawks.
Yeah.
All right.
Tyler Lockett right after that with 11, and Will Dissly is 10. There's not a lot of passing opportunities.
Yeah, I saw a video. I was on the Reddit, on the NFL Reddit, and they were like calling timeouts with 10 seconds left on the clock because Russell Wilson was audibling, and like they apparently didn't want him to audible, so they called a timeout to like stop the play with 10 seconds left on the play clock. On the play clock.
I did not know that.
Like that's not good. Like maybe you should let Russell Wilson do his job.
He's like, hey, I'm the one behind this line that can't block anybody.
Yeah, I'm behind this Swiss cheese ass line over here.
I don't understand how year after year after year they just can't fix that.
They don't. They just don't. They're in like get rid of people mode, not bring in people mode. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on with Seattle.
That was did you see that graphic on Monday Night Football? They did like an Infinity War thing where they had Thanos snap his fingers and all the Seahawks disappeared.
That's fucking great. That's really funny. Good job.
Suck it, Mel. All right. And then elsewhere at tight end, if you're super desperate, Pittsburgh Steelers, Jesse James, only owned on 18% of teams.
Yeah.
He does have the 3rd most targets.
Oh, man. I would say that's you got to be desperate. I've had him. He just does. Oh, my God.
I know. Look, he's not going to do like last week where he had 150 yards.
No.
And, right? He's not going to do that. But guys get hurt. Delaney Walker's done for the year. And sometimes you need a tight end. That's true. Might as well be Jesse James for a week or 2.
Yeah, you might roll with him. Maybe he'll.
Uh-oh. We lost Josh. Well,
I'm
there
back.
He is. He's back.
I hit F5 by accident.
F5?
Yeah, I was taking a cat hair off of my
Did you
thing.
refresh the page?
Yeah, I refreshed that. Whoops, sorry.
I didn't know that would work on video.
I didn't know it did either. Apparently it does.
That's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, well. Technology. What's the next segment?
The next segment. I'm waiting for the show to catch back up to where you're back. Oh, there you are. I'm watching the other feed.
Oh, you're watching that, yeah.
Okay. So those are the free agents. Again, free agents, where to find them, brought to you by Fantastic Beasts 2, The Crimes of Grindelwald, coming November 16th from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Warner Brothers. Get your tickets now, available through Fandango.
Oh, Fandango? I love them.
And that takes us to the newest segment of our show.
Oh, boy.
Dairy Queen's Daily Fantasy Picks. Right now, you can enjoy a blended pumpkin pie blizzard for a limited time this month at participating Dairy Queens. Not available at every location. Please check your local menu to see if it's available.
Every time we do this segment, I want Dairy Queen. Every time. Every single time.
Because it's good.
It's delicious.
It's good. Week 2 streaming picks. So at quarterback, this is not something I typically do.
Okay.
Usually for this, I'm like, here's your budget guys. Here's like a medium pricey guy, not like a top tier pricey guy. But fuck it, pay for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
$7,000.
$7,000. That's
$7,000 is a lot in the QB realm.
Yeah, but that's not too bad though
it's not too bad, but like 7,000, like pay it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if we're talking about riding the hot hand and gambling and in football, yeah, that's good money. That's good money spent.
Following that is Deshaun Watson at 6,100. I believe last week was a better indicator of what kind of quarterback Deshaun Watson is going to be.
I have not seen a single anything from the Texans. I have no idea what the Texans are doing.
No, I just see it kind of popping up in my fantasy feeds.
Yeah.
But here's the real reason to get Deshaun Watson this week. They're playing the Giants.
Yeah, that's a great reason. You should get Deshaun Watson this week.
For 6,100, a little bit cheaper than Pat Mahomes, and a definite potential to have a great week against a miserable team.
That team is terrible.
And a quote unquote budget pick this week.
Yeah,
Matt Ryan.
Okay.
I like it because the price is a little bit more friendly. And they're playing the Saints this week, and the Saints have a bad defense.
Yes, they do.
And Atlanta has good receivers.
Yeah.
So I think this game will be a good one for Matty Ice.
Matty Ice from Harvard.
Harvard.
No, he's from Philadelphia.
We try to say he's from Philadelphia every time he's on TV.
But he's not.
He's from somewhere in like Jersey.
It's like is it Jersey or is it? I thought it was like Newtown Square or something.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know.
It's all that some bullshit. He went to Boston College. So
yeah, he went to fucking Boston College. The Harvard of colleges.
The Harvard of colleges. Harvard. All right. At running back, here's another semi-pricey guy. 7,400 for Melvin Gordon this week.
That's a lot.
If he's healthy, if he plays. He's got a big questionable mark next to him. But he has had some tremendous production this season. Multiple touchdowns in multiple games. And you really can't go wrong with him because the Chargers have had really great success. The only reason I would even think about not playing him is because they're playing the Rams.
That might be a problem.
But Gordon is that type of talent
he's really
will
good.
Find a way. He might not get the yardage, but I still believe he will score.
Hope so. Hope they beat him.
Down in Cheapy Town, 6,300. I love recommending Chris Thompson every week because the price is right on this dude.
Chris Thompson is having a good year too.
He is having a good year. The price, like they still haven't really
figured it out.
Put him on a high budget yet, which is great. So for 6,300 receiving yards, touchdowns, like I think he's averaging something like 12.5 points a game. So that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good.
And if you like the Washington football team's chances this week,
who are they playing?
Washington Reds. The Washington Reds. Oh, they're playing the Packers, whose defense is not bad, but not great.
Yeah.
I like Adrian Peterson at 4,900.
Woo!
He's going to get those carries, and I think his familiarity with Green Bay will give him a chance to.
I see. You're next level thinking.
Over.
That's smart. This is why they pay you all the money.
This is why I buy my own monsters.
We don't even have a delicious tasty cake.
Yeah, there's no tasty cakes this year. And then, you know what? If you're like super hard up and you're like, fuck, I don't want to pay all that because I paid $7,000 for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Good old Corey Clement's down there at 4,300.
Yeah.
4,300 is a great price for a guy that is going to be having a good week.
Yeah, just any week, he's like a fun pick to like see play. Like I don't know. I just like watching him. Like I said that earlier, but like I don't know. I think you should get him. I think that's a really good 43 is not too bad. I went super budget this year, or this week.
Oh, this week? All right, we'll see.
I splurged on somebody, and then I went budget everywhere.
Just like me.
Yeah.
And wide receiver, another guy where I'm just like, fuck it, pay the money. Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, what's going on with him, man? Like that guy, like how can the Steelers have two wide receivers like this? It's not fair.
He is blowing the fuck up this year. He blew up last year, but he is blowing the fuck up this year.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over
He's
there.
having great games, and I believe the Steelers are playing somebody that is not good this week.
They are. I just looked at it. Who was it?
I should have this open. The Buccaneers.
The Bucs.
The Buccaneers on Monday night, and I think both Antonio Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster are going to make those corners look way worse than they did against the team they played last week, who shall remain nameless.
Right. I don't remember who it was. So next one.
Down at 6,000, my boy.
Kenny Galladay. I think Kenny Galladay is available in both of my leagues still. Nobody's buying this.
Dude.
Nobody's buying this Kenny Galladay nonsense.
He had 2 great weeks.
All right, let me go. Let me trade. Let me get rid of Joe Mixon and go get me some.
20 points last week.
That is good.
They're playing the Patriots this week. Even if they're getting blown out, he's going to get thrown to.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit is straight garbage.
They're dicks. They're so shitty. All right, I'm adding Kenny Galladay right now.
Add.
Should I get rid of Joe Mixon? Is he going to play?
Oh yeah, he's hurt, and also he's sketchy. So
yeah, he's not very good.
But yeah, he's got like a torn meniscus, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll be back." And it's like, maybe you won't.
Will you be? All right, I got Kenny
Galladay for 6,000. I like that price. At 5,600, I like Keelan Cole. I like Keelan Cole as the primary guy here.
I love Keelan Cole.
The Jaguars are playing the Titans, who have a slightly better defense. But Keelan Cole and Blake Bortles made the Patriots look like assholes.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a chance for a nice week. And down in Budget Town for 4,800, Baltimore Ravens, John Brown.
John Brown, the most name you could set your watch to in the history of names.
Yeah.
John Brown.
They're playing the Broncos this week. The Broncos don't have a very good secondary.
No.
And John Brown is healthy. Joe Flacco is playing well. And John Brown has had very good first 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And for 4,800, it seems to me like these gambling sites are not really paying attention to the potential someone like John Brown has.
Well, that's why you're better at it than they are.
Yeah, but I keep losing to these fucking kids that watch the show. So
I know we are losing. We're not doing very good.
At tight end, fuck it, Travis Kelce.
Yep.
You know what? Double dip. Get that Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce lineup.
Hell yeah.
He's at 6,700. It's very expensive, but he is the cheapest of the elite tight ends.
Yeah.
If you want a more cost-effective pick, Evan Engram has had really good back-to-back 2 weeks, and the tail end of last season, he looked really good. Mm-hmm. Aside from Odell Beckham, he is pretty much the guy Eli is going to. So I like him, especially this week against Houston, because they feel like the Giants are going to be playing from behind. And don't diss Will Dissly for 3,300. I mean, the guy's got a touchdown in back-to-back games. If you spend all your money on guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, Pat Mahomes, you've only got like $3,000 for a tight end.
Yeah,
Will Dissly might get you some points.
Man, my week this week is like completely dependent on like one person. So I hope they have a good week. This
week on defense for Daily Fantasy for 3,500, it's worth it to me to pay for the Chicago Bears. It's one of the most expensive defenses this week, but they are playing Arizona, who has scored negative 17 points in the last 12 quarters.
They have negative $500 on Jeopardy.
They didn't make it past the 50-yard line until the fourth quarter last game.
They're really, really bad.
Sam Bradford was completed like 17 passes for 90 yards.
Yeah, they probably want to look at not having Sam Bradford be their quarterback. I picked up Chicago's defense because I had for some reason, I had the Chargers defense. And I looked at who they were playing, and I said, nope, no thank you. I'm out. I'm out of this one. Get me out of here. So I picked them up. Hopefully they'll score some touchdowns.
That was a good pickup.
Yeah.
On the cheaper end of the spectrum, 2,500, I love the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Jets defense is playing great. They're on Thursday night against Cleveland, who, while their defense has been playing well, their offense has been meh. Jarvis Landry is questionable. That leaves them with very few receiving options.
Yep.
And the Jets put up fantasy points on defense. They get sacks. They get picks.
And
they're very talented.
Yeah.
So I like them, especially at 2,500. Extremely underrated price on the Jets right there.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the Dairy Queen Daily Fantasy Picks. Right now you can enjoy a blended pumpkin pie blizzard for a limited time. Not available at every location. Please make sure to check your menu before ordering.
Not available in every location, but I need it.
Well, sadly, it's just not available in every location. And that brings us to the Fantasy Football Podcast Fantasy Challenge.
Oh my God, the greatest game ever.
Still looking for a sponsor for this one, guys. But we'll get one soon. I have a feeling.
Yeah, it'll happen. It's right around the corner.
If you haven't watched the show before, or you missed what's going on with our fantasy team, what we do is everybody gets a $20,000 budget. We used DraftKings prices and values, and we pick a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. So you fill in 4 positions with $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
Josh and I go against each other, and the 2 of us play the rest of you.
Everybody else.
So we will have different kinds of brackets for winning. It's the person who wins out of the fans and the person who has the most wins against Luke and Josh combined for the season. So let's take a look at last week's numbers here.
Oh, God.
All right. Josh, who was 1-0 coming into this week, had a very nice week in week 1. Week 2, he got a little gambly.
Got a little gamble buggy. I'm doing it again this week too, so watch out.
All right, let's see. So last week you had Nick Foles. He put up 15.7 points. Thank you, 300 yards in garbage time.
Yes, thank you.
You had Marshawn Lynch, 14.8 points. Had a very nice game, even though the Raiders didn't win. Mike Wallace broke his leg. He gave you 0 points.
Don't I get some points for a leg break?
Not on ESPN standard PPR scoring. No, sorry.
I should have gone Yahoo.
And tight end Jimmy Graham, 15.5. Thank you, overtime.
Yes, that was a good one.
That is a grand total of 46 points. Not a bad week.
Could have been worse.
Considering you had somebody put up 0, 46 is good.
Yeah, Mike Wallace.
That's not bad. I was 0-1 going into this week, and I went with Alex Smith, who got 13.1 points.
Mm-hmm.
Running back Carlos Hyde, who got 12 points. Wide receiver Kenny Golladay paid me with 20.9. And my good buddy George Kittle let me down a little bit. He only got me 4.2 points. But that was for a grand total of 50.2 points, which gave me the win over Josh. So we were both 1-1 on the season.
Boo!
1-1 on the season. As to listener teams, listeners, here you go.
Yeah.
Banjo. Phillip Rivers, Isaiah Kroll, Michael Crabtree, and Luke Wilson all combined for a splendid 41.5.
There you go.
Jads over here with A. Rogers, Ty Montgomery, Randall Cobb, and Jimmy Graham. My bro went all in. On the
Packers. That's great.
Not a bad strategy. 6 points out of Rodgers, 5 out of Montgomery, 7 out of Cobb, 15.5 out of Graham, total of 43.5. So we're getting, these guys are getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
Pigeon over here, Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
Melvin Gordon.
Look at
Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace. Oh,
Dallas Goedert.
Oh, geez.
So 14.4 out of Ty. 30.6 out of Melvin
Field,
and 0 out of Mike Wallace and 0 out of Dallas Goedert. That gave Pigeon 45 points. Great field, blew it out the water.
Come
we
on,
got Ryan
Greenfield.
Fitzpatrick, Jay Ajayi, Quincy Enunwa, and Ricky Seals-Jones. Fitzpatrick put up 30. Jay Ajayi 9.7, even though he barely played. Quincy Enunwa, told you guys, Quincy Enunwa, 16.2 points. And Ricky Seals-Jones, 5.7. I would traditionally stay away from more Arizona players. But all those guys, Greatfield got 61.6 points.
Damn it, Greatfield.
Impressive week. Thank you, Ryan Fitzpatrick, is what you should be saying.
Yeah, right.
Brooks, Jared Goff, Ty Montgomery, Nelson Aguilar, and George Kittle. You got 18.4 out of Goff, 5 out of Montgomery, 23 out of Nelson Aguilar.
That's great.
And again, 4.2 out of George Kittle for a grand total of 50.6.
Good week.
A good week. Phil Rivers, Derrick Henry, Nelson Aguilar, and Antonio Gates over to KJ Sandwich. That's 22.7 to Rivers, 5.9 to Henry, 23 to Aguilar, and 0 to Antonio Gates for a total of 51.6.
Still good. Still beat us.
Can you believe this? Here comes another 0.6er. Sam Darnold, James Conner, Devin Funches, and Benjamin Watson by Shamstron. You got 13.5 out of Darnold, 19.5 out of Connor, 14.7 out of Devin Funches, and 4.9 out of Ben Watson for a grand total of 52.6.
Oh my God.
So this week's listener team winner was Greatfield. And we had Shams get his second win over Luke and Josh, followed by Greatfield, Brooks, KJ, and that's it.
That's it. Yep.
So right now, the listener team wins is Shams 1, Greatfield 1. Plenty of time for everybody else to still get over here and in here. Shams is running away with the listener wins. He's got two wins, running away with it. Everybody else who has qualified for a win over Josh and Luke has 1 win. So there's still plenty of time there. So let us dive in to what you're picking this week, Josh.
Oh my God. All right. I'm going gamble mode. I'm hoping for some big weeks from some not so big players. I'm going Joe Flacco, 4.5.
All right.
Or 5.4, sorry.
Okay.
I got the darkest of dark horses, Wendell Smallwood at 3.
Ooh.
I'm hoping Smallwood scores at least once. That would be
hoping
great.
Smallwood plays like Bigwood.
Like Bigwood. Like he's got some Bigwood. That's 3.
Okay.
I'm going wide receiver. I'm going Tyreek Hill at 8.5.
There you go. I like it.
I'm going crazy. Tyreek Hill, you better save my week. And I don't have a lot of money left, so I went with Charles Clay, Buffalo Bills' favorite, Charles Clay.
Ooh, Charles Clay. Ouch.
Hopefully someone gets thrown the ball to. I think I'm left with $100 left.
That's not bad. I spent my entire budget this week.
Oh, that's really hard to do.
I spent all $20,000 for quarterback. I'm going all in on Big Dick Pat Mahomes.
That's a great.
I paid $7,000 for that dude, but yes. I like it. At running back, I'm going with Royce Freeman.
Okay.
At wide receiver, I cannot believe he's still so cheap after back-to-back weeks of incredible play. Geronimo Allison.
Yeah, he's looking great.
He's looking great, and he was ultra cheap. I forget the price because I'm not writing down the prices. So for myself, I forget what it was.
Right.
And at tight end, also relatively cheap again, Evan Engram.
Yeah, Engram's doing all right.
So I got Mahomes, Freeman, Allison, and Engram going up this week. Those are my guys. That was 20,000 flat.
You should get an award for that. It's tough to do that.
I should. I'm going to give myself all the awards. I'll just say I won. You guys aren't going to be out there adding up all these numbers. I'm adding.
He's adding them up. The budget rent-a-car budgeting of the week.
So yes, if you guys want to take part, plenty of time to catch up, and it's going all season, so you got all the time in the world. It's totally free. You just got to hop on our Discord, drop a note with your players, make sure you're in the budget. And I'll at the end of the week, I add up all the points and see who won.
It's easy as that, and you can win a prize.
Yes, we will have prizes again. Don't forget, we're going to have a prize for the league winner, and we're going to have a prize for the person that beats Luke and Josh the most. If it's the same person, double down prizes.
2 prizes.
Think about that.
Could be Dairy Queen. It could be a Dairy Queen pumpkin spice, whatever the hell.
What if we do send you Dairy Queen?
I'd eat it. I want it. I love Dairy Queen. Let's go right now. Let's skip fourth period and go Dairy Queen.
Oh man,
we used to do that all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, it was. So
I used to go to Taco Bell.
We didn't have a Taco Bell then, so
Quaker Town just got a Taco Bell.
Taco Bell was a whole day of skipping school because you had to travel to it.
Oh god, yeah. Where is your closest one?
Well, now we have one.
Oh, now you have one. But back in high school days,
the closest one was by your house. Well, your old house.
Oh shit, on 309.
On 309, not on 309. In Colmar, the fucking. It's like a Long John Silver's and a Taco Bell. That was the closest one. So we have to go there.
What a great week.
We did it.
We did another one.
I feel good about it. I think we're getting better. I feel like in my comfort zone with fantasy right now. Like I feel winning will do that to you. But I feel very comfortable. But like, I don't know. Wait till someone starts fracturing their legs and knees get ripped up and Aaron Rodgers goes into the hospital for the 5th time.
Yeah, and right. You know what's great too is we're still kind of like in this fantasy high zone where week 2, like some guys are hurt, but not too many, so it's still really enjoyable to like root for everybody.
We're not scrounging. It's when you get to that scrounge period of like week 13, and you're like, oh fuck, who the fuck can play running back?
Yes,
I got nothing. Yeah, that's nerve wracking.
But that's what we're here for.
Yeah, well, we're here to tell you about it.
Right here on the Fantasy Football podcasts. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. We'll be back again next Wednesday night at 8:30. Saturday morning, we will have some more Madden streams. Hope you guys can take a part and watch.
Yeah.
I believe, though, there will not be any camera this week because I'm going to be doing the show remotely.
Where are you going?
I have a 1-year-old's birthday party to go to. So I have to stream.
You know a lot of 1-year-olds?
I have to stream it from my in-laws' house in the morning so we can get to the party in time and not offend
the in-laws.
The in-laws don't want to break.
Well, that
protocol.
should be a raging kegger. That's going to be a hell of a party. 1-year-olds know how to fucking party. Dude.
Can I tell you this? It has a start and end time that are hard counted, and I was like,
"Thank God!
What the fuck is going on? It's just like a party for they ain't even gonna know."
He doesn't know what time it is. Like they don't know what they don't even know what the universe is. They're just like
you know what? I appreciate being like the party is from this time to this time because they also want to be like we can't have people and a baby in a house, all this stuff. It's smart.
Yeah, it is.
But it's also, but to me, because I don't have kids,
right?
It's also like, does it really need a start and end time?
Right. Like, does it matter? Right? You could just be like, okay, everyone leave.
Yeah. So get out of my house.
Get the fuck out of my fucking Billy Ray Valentine. Who's putting their clothes out on my floor?
Well, Josh, thank you so much for being my co-host. I love you. Well, Josh, where can we see you beyond Fantasy Football Podcast?
I do a podcast called M Class Podcast. I do a podcast called Pretend Friends, and I do the Continue Show, which is on every Wednesday except for today because I can't export it. So it'll be up tomorrow. That's where you're gonna
stay tuned after this show.
Stay tuned after this show to watch me not put up Continue tonight.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Josh. I will see you next week.
Good job.
Maybe I'll see you guys Saturday morning, and if not, good night.
Fantasy football fantasy. I love this song.